So, what if I was talking always about finger sliding? In 3 different streets, I can slide all the time, knowing that there's only one sharp to slide from. But then there's other streets that I can slide from that have more than one sharp. Anytime I can slide then from a sharp to a letter. Anytime. Well, especially in the right hand. And I'm going down on the slide this time. Yes, I could slide up, but in this case, I'm always talking about sliding down. But like the interesting thing is that I told you that DEA had that one sharp with a +4 in E, and then A, it had that. Okay, I told you that, right? Okay, that's cool. So, I have that one sharp in D, one sharp in E, and one sharp in A. D, E, A. Each has, and I'm sliding my 3rd finger down from a sharp to natural on the +4 to 4. The +4 being, here is that +4 to 4 with my 3rd finger. I'm just sliding out, and then my 2nd finger I'm putting on the M3, and then my 1st finger I'm putting on the ones. 4 houses of a blues street by taking this one, which is that one sharp one in the streets D, E, and A. So in D, E, and A, I am going one sharp and down the letters. Always these distances away from one. 1 being the same as 8, by the way, and there's only 7 houses on the street. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why? Because we're in Blues Town. We're not Major Town when there's 8 houses per block. We're in Blues Town. So in between the 4th house and the 3rd house is really still the same number. One has a plus in front of it. That's the slider. I'm up on that +4. I'm going to slide down 4. Put a slide there, easily and greatly. And funly. And the reason that I'm going to then I've done that with my 3rd finger, then my 2nd finger has to do something. It's going to hit the M3, which happens to be a whole step away. And then it's going to go skipping a minor 3rd feeling between my 2nd and my 1st finger. Minor 3rd feeling, we've always felt it from now on. That is the end of the little cluster or lick or riff. These are just one sharp riffs. It's nice to always hear it. Just what would it sound like? Well, just press that letter that we're talking about of street, one finger, 1st and 4th finger in the left hand, and then octave. So then if I was in A, I would press A and A down. 1st and 4th finger. Then over here I go. Just hear what it sounds like. And they go D over here. Here we go. Then I press an E over here. I'm doing the E blues street slide, finger slide. Here it is. Here it is. Ding. So here's the finger slide in A and in. What is this? See what I try to do? This unusual theory that I had. I'll always keep the dimensions of where the keys were on the street, which are in the same place all the time. You know, all these keys are in the same place all the time. Like there's the 2s and the 3s and the skis and whatever, and then there's all the letters. But I decided to do that, but to demonstrate 3 streets. But the streets that I demonstrate are clearly A, because you can see that slide between 4 and 3. Excuse me, between +4 and 4, the 4th and the 3rd house is what I meant to say. But then look over here. I'm really demonstrating right here the D, but I wanted to keep D all the way across this way the same, and C all the way. In other words, in height and pitch, I wanted to keep all the D's at the same pitch and then all the C's at the same pitch. And so what I did is I shifted the street so it matched the height of each level. But the problem with that is it makes it very confusing, because it's very nice to look at this slide in between +4 and 4 in A. But then if you're going right over here, you're thinking A, wait a minute, no, but then you think, wait a minute, no, this is an A5, not an A1. An A5 has to come from somewhere else, or a C7 versus a CM3, that's completely a different address. That's what I keep talking about. These are different street numbers of streets. And if you shift and you go, here's a D1 versus an A1. Let's look at the number 1. This is an A1. Well, where's another number 1? Right here at D. Where's another 1? We're here at E. That's because I kept the pitch the same this way. You see how B is a little lower than C right here? You see that? There's a light right here. What it? Bang. But anyways, well, they're all over all these lights. So my point is this level that I tried to keep as I horizontally look up in pitch, I showed though that in between streets the same pitch, as in C here, can have a different number next to it. See, here's CM3 and here's C7. But then look at over here. Here's D7, D1, and D4. Completely 3 different addresses, all of the same letter. Why? Because they're in 3 different blues streets. That's the cool thing about addresses. This occurs in Majorstown too. If you have the same level of pitch, it is going to be a different number, or M3 or plus next to it. Okay, so in D Blues Street, I'm going to try and play those letters in my mind all the time, and I'm going to slide between the +4 to the 4, and I've already got a trick of 3 of those blues streets. But fingering becomes important now, because it really gives you some licks. There's actually this slide right here really sounds cool, no matter whether you're in D, E, or A Street. And then I'm saying take it a step further and use only these letters. You have to use just these letters: a D, an F, a G sharp, an A, a C. If you're playing that lick in D, or an E, a G, in your left hand, use these letters octaved, just holding out. But it has to be from the same street. If you're playing some licks or whatever you're fooling around with in D Street up top in the right hand guitar part, then in the left hand bass part, you got to play in D Blues Street. Just for now, just to listen to it. Because the idea is to hear. The idea is to hear all those different sounds. That's the cool thing. If you can hear the sounds, then you'll have fun. My third finger is played the sharp. In the slide. Well, by golly, I want my third finger on this sharp. Bingo! There is a finger slide in C Blues Street. It still is in between the +4 and 4. Even though you have other sharps, it's not just a 1 sharp blues street, it's a 3 sharp blues street, there is a finger slide built in there. You can always do it because it is finger slide, 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 finger slide. Wait, let's see here. Finger slide, finger slide, finger slide. Wait. Here's the cool thing. Here's the one from the Blues Street D that I was playing before. It goes so fast you hardly see it, but there's a slide there, and I'm trying to make it all even. That slide, I want to make even tempo. So I can't even tell it is a slide. I'm trying to slide it in tempo. I'm speeding it up and then slowing it down. See, you're learning how to tempo slide. You're sliding in time. You're sliding in time. Now, going up, you can't slide to a sharp. Going up from a letter, up to a sharp, you can't slide. It doesn't make any sense. Look here, from a letter to go up, a slide. But there are places when you have a slide that does possibly go up because you are in position a lot of times on a sharp to go either way, either down or up. But in the blues town rules here, we're going down. Always these finger slides are going down. However, there are other times, I'm just saying you can go up, but I'm in this particular demonstration of right hand lick playing, riff playing, whatever, guitar part playing, this right hand part going up onto a slide can be done, but I'm just not demonstrating it now. I'm only demonstrating the down ones. And so anyways, finger slide down in time. Finger slide in time. That's a good feel on the keyboard. You know, like, hey. Speed, 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 speed. The faster that I slide, I have to make up with my second and first finger. I have to make that up. I have to make that exact finger slide feeling in my second and first finger. Then slow it down. Just so you get that combination in your mind of sliding and fingering. That's a cool thing.